thought I knew what to expect before traveling to China, but within 10 minutes of landing, I started wondering if something was wrong with me. Okay, I flew from Fiumicino Airport in Rome, Italy to Chengdu, China, and then took another flight to Fuzhou. Honestly, this was one of the easiest visa processing I've ever experienced. My tourist visa was approved in just 3 days, and it's one that is valid for 1 month of travel within a 6-month period. The entire return trip cost me less than 500 in euros. So if you've been thinking about visiting China, it can actually be much more affordable than you think. Now, let me tell you about my very first cultural shock. As soon as I landed in Chengdu, I noticed people waving at me. Some guys were smiling and shouting, "Hello, hello." So I actually smiled back and waved because I thought it's a friendly approach, which it was. Then I went to the domestic terminal to catch my flight to Fuzhou, and that's when things became interesting. So at this point, I noticed a group of women looking at me. They were nudging each other and pointing towards my direction and staring. Then another woman pretended to be on a phone call, but I could clearly see that she was recording me. Anyway, some people didn't even try to hide it. They were openly taking my video. But I still need to travel down to Fuzhou, which is my final destination. And I was so excited. At this point, I didn't really know what to do because I didn't have access to internet. But luckily, they found me. I thought this was going to change when I got to Fuzhou, but I still saw children staring at me, pointing at me, and calling their parents' attention. Initially, I thought something was wrong with me, like, is something wrong with me? But I'm happy to see the people I know. Hello, welcome to China. So at this point, I started telling all my stories, and this is when it's dawned on me about the experiences I had. So I was told that people staring at me doesn't necessarily mean they are rude. For many of them, it wasn't meant to be rude. So some wanted to show their children and family, like, I saw a black person today. And this is how it actually dawned on me, because growing up in Nigeria, I could remember when we see a white person and we start shouting, "Oyibo, Oyibo." So I mean, this is out of curiosity, and this time I'm the Oyibo in China, so clock 8. Anyways, so if you've ever wanted to become famous overnight, I have one recommendation for you. Please travel to China. So all you have to do is to visit somewhere less international. For example, this is Pingtan, which is a beautiful coast near Fuzhou. And I happen to be a beach lover and wanted to have the beach vibe. But unfortunately, when I got here, it was way worse. So all eyes on me. We couldn't even enjoy the beach at first because everyone were looking at us. So some people politely asked if they could take photo of us, videos, and others just started recording. At one point, I laughed because even after they took a photo of me or filmed me, the beauty filter on their phone was so strong that I could barely recognize myself. Anyways, eventually we walked much farther down the beach where it was quieter, and that was when I was finally able to relax, enjoy the ocean, and anyways, it was finally time for me to enjoy China. The first thing I wanted to do upon arrival was to eat. So we went straight for hotspot, and that was the beginning of my food adventure. One thing I absolutely love about China was there was never a conversation about what are we cooking today. Nobody was stressing over cooking. So I noticed that eating out is a big part of everyday life for many families in China. Restaurants and street vendors are they aren't just places to buy food. They are places where families and friends come together to spend time. So I really love that in a way. And of course, I had to explore the street food market. So there were food everywhere, and I wanted to try almost everything. One of my favorite food there was chanfang. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but I love it. So walking around the street was an experience on its own. I was constantly asking myself, what can I buy? Hold it. The funny thing is, I made one mistake before traveling. I only packed one small carry-on bag with barely anything inside because I convinced myself that I was going to buy everything I needed in China. Please don't make this mistake. So unless you're traveling with someone you know where to shop or can help you source things locally, you might end up paying much more than you expected. So as a tourist, it's easy to buy things at higher prices than you would have paid back home. So my advice, pack the essential and leave space in your luggage. So speaking of shopping, I decided to explore some of the malls, and one thing completely caught me by surprise: the cars. Now, I'm honestly not a car person. I barely know different car brands, but somehow China made me start paying attention. Then came another cultural lesson. So I was eating one day, and without thinking, we actually went out to eat. I placed my chopsticks standing upright in my bowl of rice. So immediately I was cautioned, because this act, let me show you. You see, like that, exactly like that. Don't do that, because this simply means that you are inviting evil spirit. Instead, you place it horizontally on your bowl. So I try not to make that mistake again. Ni hao, xin xin.
Xie xie.
Xie xie. And of course, it was also my birthday period, and at this point I'll call my travel a birthday treat. So we went to this restaurant, and then we went for a buffet. It's actually a buffet restaurant. Honestly, throughout our stay, I was wondering how they make their money, because you can literally eat anything you want here. The only clause is you cannot take out, but you can take whatever you want. And you know how hotspot is. So I really enjoyed the food. I enjoyed my birthday in China, and I enjoyed it with amazing people. So now let's move into the best part of my trip. So I literally traveled to Fuzhou, which is called a Bayan city. It's called a Bayan city because of the trees planted around it, and I was able to visit many places. Here they were looking at me as well, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Anyways, Fuzhou is called Bayan cities because of the tree. They do not cut the tree, but try to build the cities around the tree. I also visited the Xinshan temple, also able to visit the historic street of Sanfan Xinshan. Yeah, that was where you saw me earlier. And also the Minjiang Park, the Yantai Mountain Park, and also spent a beautiful time at the Pingtan Island. That was the beach I showed earlier. And as a nature lover, of course, my trip isn't complete without visiting a nature park. Y'all know that. Anyways, I think I love my trip because I try to balance it all. China is so big that you cannot visit everywhere at a go. You need to plan where you want to go, what you want to do, the best part of your trip, and it's so big. You can't just do everything at once. So for me, I really enjoyed my trip. I had fun, as you can see. And am I looking forward to visiting China again? Of course. I still feel like I didn't really experience it yet. Like, there's still this part of China that I'm yet to experience. But I think I love the fact that I also went to Beijing. Is that how it's pronounced? Beijing? Yeah, so I went to Beijing and I had the fun of my life. But before visiting Beijing, we actually went to Ningbo, Ningbo. Yeah, we visited Ningbo. We went to visit some families and friends, and it was so amazing to be able to connect with Nigerian students there. And it's actually a quiet place and a lovely place. I heard Donald Trump was also around here as at then, and I really enjoyed my stay. I had fun. Just to mention, if you're looking forward to visiting as a tourist, I have friends that can guide you, so just reach out to me. Back to my story. So as at this point, I'm already in Beijing, and to be honest, I thought people wouldn't be looking at me here because there are a lot of international people here from different corner of the world. We even made friends from France, but unfortunately, oh my god, I was still a celebrity. People were literally staring at me. So fast forward, we visited the China Great Wall, and this was a whole lot of experience for me. So in as much as I had fun, but it also tells a story. It tells the story of resilience. So because I think the Great Wall itself, should be another video entirely. So this is a whole lot of hard work put in place to build this Great Wall. Honestly, you need to experience it. I really love my experience. Hello. Hello. How are you?
How are you?
Good. So this place really tells huge story that is interesting, and no wonder it's also part of the UN World Heritage Site. Anyways, I had fun. I was able to explore the city as well. A lot of interesting music. I had fun. I wish I could spend more time in China. Am I going to visit next time? Definitely. So if you want to visit China next time with me, just hola me. Thanks for listening. 鸟儿飞来多，你跟我怎么说？是不是很爱我？ Honestly, my travel to China was worth it. I had the best of experience. I get to explore the culture and also the cities. So, who want to travel with me to China next time? Let me know. Bye. 谢谢。